Yes, good morning students. So today I am going to talk about the RAID 6. Okay, in previous video I have completed till RAID 0 to RAID 5 model. Okay, now I am going to complete that is RAID 6 implementation. Okay, like our RAID 6, it is like similar to the RAID 5. Okay, in RAID 5 I told like if all the devices should be a versatile, means it is going to like it is going to all the devices are connected to our RAID controller, means it is going to distributed all the data for equally within the duration. So this is what our RAID 5. And the one more our RAID 5 model, okay, it is going to provide the backup storage for multiple disk, means like they in at the RAID 5 implementation, okay, they are going to provide the two sets of or two parity parity bits, okay, means like they are going to provide the two sets of disk backup disk. But when we like talk about the our RAID 6, okay, RAID 6, okay, it is contain only one backup disk. Okay, like we have to implement the RAID 6 model, okay, we need at least 4 disk. Okay, why we use the 4 disk means for storing the data as well as the providing the backup, so that we require at least or minimum 4 disk. If it is more than also, okay, it is very good for like implementing the RAID 6. Then like how it is like it is going to rebuild the operations at the RAID 6, okay, it is very long process. Why it is taking very long process means, okay, here it is going to provide the backup at the only one device, means it is going to like save the backup data into the only one device. But in RAID 5, okay, they have contained as the multiple device, or it may be a means two devices they have to provide the backup at the RAID 5, so that it should be a very longer process to rebuild the operations at the RAID 6. The next one is like this is what the RAID impact on the disk. The RAID impact on the disk, like it is going to choose the RAID tape, okay, it is important to consider the impact to disk performance in both the mirror and as well as the parity level, means the mirrored level as well as the parity level rates, okay, it is going to like it is going to provide the impact on the disk performance. Okay, each write operation that can be translated into the more input output operations, okay, overhead for the disk. Okay, this technique we call it as the write penalty. How it is going to perform the write penalty means, one good example, okay, I am going to illustrate one single write operations on the RAID 5 model or RAID 5 level that contains group of 5 disk. Okay, for here the 4 disk we are supposed to use for the data purpose, and 1 disk we we are used for the backup purpose. So now so I move on to the this one diagram. You look at this diagram. So this is what our RAID controller, okay, the RAID controller, it is going to controls the all the devices, okay. So you look at this is what our RAID controller, okay, it is going to provide the, or it is going to like control the devices, and has along with that it is going to provide the backup. Okay, so this is what our RAID impact on the disk performance, okay, that should be happens at the RAID 5 model, means that is will be RAID 5th level. See, I told right, the RAID 5th level, okay, it is going to provide the two sets of disk disk of the backup, means it is going to provide the backup for two levels of disk. See, you look at this, these two levels are the disk here. See, they have they have controlled the data from only one disk, means it is going to fetching and accessing the data from only one devices for right side and left side, okay, that everything is maintain our data controller. Apart from that, okay, remaining disk, okay, they have to provide the backup. So this is what our disk impact performance. Then I am going to move on to the next topic, that is applications input output per second and RAID configuration. Okay, See how it is like applications yeah, input output per second happens at the write implementation. Okay, it is going to refers the number of reads and write write operations performed per second, means per second how many operations it will be performed, either reading or writing operation. Okay, based on that it is going to decide the number of disk for applications. Okay, it is very important to consider the impact of write based input output per second. The total disk load depends on the type of RAID implementation. Okay, that RAID implementation here I am going to take as the RAID 0 level as well as the RAID 1 level and the RAID 3 level. Okay, this is going to consider as the disk load, means like the total workload. Okay, they have dependent on these three levels. Okay, because why they have divided into workload or the disk load into these three levels, means I told right, RAID 0, okay, it is totally based on the stripping level. RAID 1, okay, it is totally depends on the mirroring level, and RAID 3, okay, it is totally depends on the parity level. So that they have easily choose these three RAID technique. Then the ratio of read compared to write from the host also it will happens at the application level. Okay, this is what our applications input output per second happens at the RAID implementation. So the next one, how it is going to intelligent storage system will be happen. This is what the next topic. So the intelligent storage system it have the many number of components. Okay, as per our syllabus, okay, we have taken only few components. The intelligent storage system, yeah, it is one of the RAID array, okay, that is going to provide the highly optimized input output processing capabilities. Okay, to improve the performance as well as the storage device. Okay, it is going to provide the large amount of cache as well as the multiple paths. Okay, the multiple path it contains the storage systems as well as the storage devices. Okay, where it is going to handle the management as well as the allocations. Okay, then also, okay, it is going to utilize utilization of storage capacity. Okay, everything it is happens from our intelligent storage system level. Okay, the storage system device, it is going to consisting of 4 components. What is that 4 components here? One is front end, second one is cache, third one is back end as well as the physical disk. Okay, the physical disk, okay, we are going to call it as the simply simple disk. Okay, we will see one by one how it is happen first. Yeah, before read write request the used for reading the and writing the data from the disk. Okay, this is also happens for our intelligent storage system. This then firstly we have to read the request is placed into the host. Then after that, okay, the read request it is going to pass the front end. Then it is the read request, it is going to transfer or it is going to pass the data to the first front end. After that, okay, that front end it is going to pass the same data into the cache memory as well as the back end. Okay, the finally read request it is going to pass to the disk. Okay, so this is what happens for general operations at the intelligent storage system. So you look at this diagram. So this is what the diagram. Okay, I am going to enlarge here this diagram. So this is what components of intelligent storage system diagram. The component of intelligent storage system, I told right, it contains front end, then back end as well as the cache. Okay, in front end it is going to contain 2 components, that is front end port as well as the front end controller. Here, see, this is what the front end. You look at this. This is the front end controller as well as the front end ports. See, this is the front end ports and this is the front end controller. So this is what happen at the front end. Okay, the front end it is going to provide the interface between the host and storage. Then what is the front end port? Okay, the front end port, it is going to use to connect the host to the storage, as well as the each port has processing the logic that executes the appropriate transport protocol for the storage connections. Then one more point, our front end port, okay, it is going to transport the protocol includes like a file controller as well as the SCSI ports. Okay, these all are the transport protocol, okay, which they have used for the front end port. Then it is also used for the extra port to provide the to provide it for the improve the availability. Then what is the front end port, means this one, what is that, front end controller. Okay, the front end controller, it is going to provide the it is going to receive the process that is like input output request from the host, as well as it is going to communicate with the cache memory, and then once like it is going to communicate with the cache memory, okay, it is going to receive the right data that it is going to control sends the control sends an acknowledgement back to the host. The controller optimizes the input output processing by using the command queuing algorithm. So this is what our total front end operations. Then what is the cache memory? The cache memory, okay, it is a semiconductor memory. Okay, the advantage of cache memory is the data is placed temporarily, then it is also reduce the time requirement to service the input output request from the host. So this is what our cache memory. Then what is the structure of cache here? So like the cache memory, it contains the structure of cache. Okay, a cache is partitioned into number of pages. That pages is smaller unit of the cache memory which can be allocated. Okay, the size of the allocated of cache memory will be 1 kilobytes. Then what is this? Like you look at this, like our cache memory, okay, it is going to provide the read operations as well as the data storage. Then RAM means tag RAM. Okay, the tag RAM, okay, which is nothing but we are going to use for the tracking the location of the data, means we are going to track the location, okay, where the data will be stored. Then it will then it is going to provide the complete information to the client. So this is what contain our cache memory. The next one is, you look at this diagram. See here, like the connectivity will be taken place between the host as well as the front end. Okay, our storage network, okay, it is going to perform the connectivity will be taken place between the host and front end. See, this is what our complete informations about our this one intelligent storage system.